Hello and welcome to this tutorial on the Jesus roll. Now the Jesus roll is not some new type of pastry that you get for Christmas. It's this trick. Okay, so this trick is going on to intermediate and some variations of it are going to be advanced. So before you learn this trick, make sure you have the prerequisites, which are the halo and the neck wrap. And to be honest, it's probably going to help if you know all the tricks in my beginner series. The more tricks you know before learning this one, the more control you're going to have of the staff and the easier it's going to be, because this trick is tricky. Before starting to throw the staff around and actually practice the trick, let's see the mechanics of it to understand exactly what's going on here. So you're going to start just like in a halo. The staff is going to come up, over. At this point, when this end is at the top of your head here, you're going to start turning. In this case, because I'm starting from my right hand, I'm going to turn left. So I'm going to go up here, and then at this point, I turn my body, and here, important, you're going to have to stick your chest out and get your head out of the way. This end is going to come down, over, and here the other end is up, and you keep turning, and over, out. So basically, you have the staff rolling over your neck, and then back through over your chest, and then back around. I'm just going to show from the other way so that you can see what's going on in the front when I turn. So I start here, over, 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 over. Yeah? And one time from the side. And once again, it never hurts to see the trick more. So the Jesus is a really physical trick. You're really going to have to use your body much more than other tricks. And the first bit that's difficult is here to time this turn correctly, because you're going to come here, over, and here. So actually, that is a great way to start. You're just going to do a halo, but with a half pivot. So when you come over here and this end is on top, so by this end, I mean the end that is starting behind you. So when that end comes on top, then you spin around. Over, 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 yeah? And just start like that. This end is going to come around on your left shoulder if you're starting on your right hand. And then just catch it with the left hand. Over, over, here. Yeah? And just do that a few times. Really nice and gentle. And notice that I'm actually accompanying the staff quite a long way over my back, so I'm not letting go here. Yeah? I'm actually staying with it and almost like cupping it over my head. We came up here, and then as the staff is rolling here over the opposite shoulder from which we started, now is the tricky bit. So here we're already turned over, and now as this end is going to come rolling back again, I'm going to have to give as much space as possible here, and this end is going to come up, and then I keep turning around, complete the turn, and it rolls over my other shoulder and then back out. Just going to show you from this end. So once you come over here and you do your half rotation, this is the tricky bit, because here this end is going to come down this way, but you have to really get out of the way, or at least your face. So you have to push your chest out, and this is going to give the staff space on which to roll. And this end is going to come here, over your shoulder, and then over again, and then back out. Yeah? So let's try it again from that direction. Over, over, here. Okay, so a few tips while you're learning this trick. Really important, first of all, keep the arms out like this. Yeah? It's called the Jesus for a reason, and that's because you have to keep your arms out more or less in this position so that the staff doesn't roll off and it stays on your shoulders. Yeah? Another super important thing that I've already said a few times, but when the staff comes across here, you really have to push your chest out and look up. So there is a moment where it is quite scary at first because you're literally like this. And you should be looking straight up at the ceiling. But that is only on the bit that is crossing over your chest. So just look again. Yeah? And then the third thing, really important, break down the pivot into two distinct steps. So you have the first phase here, where it's going over. Here I do a half turn, and then here I do a half turn. Yeah? Don't try to do a pirouette. Pirouettes are they're possible, they're a lot more difficult. Yeah? So if the Jesus is starting to feel smooth, you can start looking at some variations. Now, the first variation I would recommend from any trick is to see if you can do it starting from a fishtail. To do a Jesus starting from the fishtail, you're just going to start from a fishtail, and the beginning is just like a normal halo. Yeah? Anytime you do a halo, you theoretically can do a Jesus as well. So it's the same exact concept. You're here, and then you come over and throw the Jesus. Jesus! You can also enter from a conveyor belt. Yeah? And the last variation I'm going to show you is probably the trickiest one, but it's going into Jesus from the angel roll, which I believe is called the Holy Trinity. Anyway, so you start your halo, and when it comes here, at this point, when the when the angel roll halo Jesus, it's all very Christian here. Once your angel roll is at this point, then it's the same thing, you pivot around. Yeah? That trick is a lot more difficult. Yeah? Okay, that's it for the Jesus roll. I hope you had fun learning it, and I'm super glad you made it to the end of the video. If you want to support me, you can subscribe to my channel, you can subscribe to me on Instagram and all the other social media, and leave me a comment below if you would like to see more tutorials, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.